this up. Oh yeah, go on, let's see what we can do. 41 inches, getting near my PB. And it's the difference between that extra inch, believe it or not, when we actually can make the comparisons, when we get shows filmed, we get a chance to watch them back in slow-mo. The technique is phenomenal. The bike goes up at such a steep angle, you get underneath it and push it up. But the one thing that amazed me, from last year's bike, like Clem's running a saddle in it, to this year's bike without a saddle, I realised that I could tuck the bike up in between my legs, just that little bit more, because if I've got a saddle and I try and go this high and it hits me where it hurts, I end up talking like Minnie Mouse. So you can imagine where we tuck the bike up as much as possible to try and get it up and over. 41 inches. Cheers, Sam. Right, I'm going to ride underneath it, it'll be more impressive. 41 inches. This is one to take home. Get your cameras at the ready. If this goes, I'm going to be stoked as much as you guys are. Was it close? One more. We're going to try this again. No, that means it's my fault. If you weren't cheering, I could blame you guys, but they was cheering and clapping. Right, now this is about the seal, what we're on the 5th or 6th bunny hop now, so the arms, the muscles, the lactic acid building up, and we've still got loads to show you. We've got the railings, the towers, but I want to see if I can leave you guys with a recollection in your brains to see a 1 metre, over a 1 metre bunny hop. Come on!
Yes, come on! Go for it!
Let's just switch back into a normal human being now, because to get over that, it just takes to me to wind myself up. I think of all the things that I love, I hate, and I get aggressive, and I have to just channel it into putting the drive in the right pedal, release the brake at the right time. 41 inches. Do you want to see some railings?
Yeah!
As much as I would love to show you more bunny hops, I'm green crackers. So we're going to move on to the next piece of equipment. We call these the lock it or lose it. And as a cyclist, you all full well know that if you don't lock your bike, you will lose it. Because there's enough people out there looking at very, very nice mountain bikes now and going, I like that and I don't want to pay for it. So if you don't lock it, you will lose it. But behind the scenes, in the back of the van or back in the hotel, we all know, all the riders, we all call them the lock it or lose it, because if you don't get your wheels perfectly in line onto the next railing, you are going to lose something, and that's usually either the skin off the end of your nose or your front teeth. You have to make sure these are perfect increments and spaced exactly right. And the funny thing is, we made these, I nicked them out of Tesco's. We made this set as spaced exactly the metre apart, so that's the 100 centimetres, and that measures the distance between the front hub and the rear hub. So I'm going to go first and show you the first way I learned to do this, which is 2 wheels on, 2 wheels on, and then Clem is going to show you the newest way of getting across them. So here we go first. 5 railings, 1 mountain bike. And when we started the show, let me show you where this all comes into play. When we started the show, I showed you we had control over the front wheel, we had control over the back wheel, and if you're close enough, you'll see both tyres flattening out, and I can actually feel the bar, and I can feel my rims touching down. But that doesn't help when you need to go a metre to the next one, and the next one. And how's this for a drop off? There it goes. 5 cars, 2 wheels. But if you thought that was impressive, watch what this young man come along, looked at my 2-wheel technique and went, that's quite good, but this is how I would do it. These, here we go, Clem's going to go up, 5 bars, you're not going to let that front wheel touch down at all. Back wheel, all the way across. When we said at the start, we call these the lock it or lose it railings. If you don't lock it, does anybody need a padlock for their bike? They're standing there with a handful of padlocks, and to make them warranted for you guys to get them, what I'm going to do is show you a new way that what we found. Going across the railings on 2 wheels, that's quite impressive. Going across on 1 wheel, that's pretty damn, well, it doesn't really get much better than that. But a friend of ours said to us, I bet you can't turn round on them. And we went, of course you can, get to the end, turn round, come back. And he went, no, stay on them, turn round, come back. And we looked at him 4 weeks later, I find him back with no skin on this arm, big chunks out this leg. And I went, guess what, I can do it. And I'm going to show you. I'll explain a little bit more when I get to the last 2. Whoa, that nearly didn't work. So when I get here, from a rider's perspective, a lot of the measurements, all the measurements we do on our bikes, we look down through the hubs. So I'm looking through my front hub, which is directly over the bar. I'm looking down from my back hub, which is the blue Hope hub in the back wheel. And what I want to do is switch them around. I want to put the front wheel where the back wheel is, and the back wheel where the front wheel is. But now we're going to take the show off the road and we're going to take it up into the air. Clem, we got a great crowd. We don't want to waste time with the little tower. So we just go straight up to the second tower and show them what we do. We're going to make our way up. Yeah? Okay, we'll do that. Do a normal backward drop in first. Clem's just lined up a new trick. Wants to show me something new and show you guys something new. Do what? Okay, now Clem's lining himself up. Straight away, the first thing you've got to notice from a rider's perspective is where his eyes are. He's actually, when we come over, if I stand next to the rig, and I'm 6'9", now when we stand next to the rig, my own normal eye line would be here. So Clem is standing all the way, twice as high as what it would normally be, and he's standing on a mountain bike. So when he goes to the back wheel, the eye line even goes even higher. So his eye line's looking down from around about 9.5, 10 foot there. And when he goes to the back wheel, it goes up to about 10.5 foot, still standing on a set of pedals, and our life is put in the back brake. Now, as you'll see with Clem's bike running V brakes, now that's something that I looked at when I first see it, and I went, V brakes, what are you doing? His V brakes are phenomenal, and he puts his life in the hands of them V brakes. So he's going to take it to the edge, and just do you a nice, simple drop in, straight to the edge, hold it on the edge, and when he's ready, he'll just basically ride off, straight down to the ground, as if it's raining now. Now, one of the first ways of learning to drop off something, we always say, if you're going to learn things, learn them small. Don't ever come straight up to the big bits and think, oh, I'll just ride off of that. I didn't wake up one day and realise I could jump off the roof up here. I actually had to work from smaller stuff. But we learn all the different ways of doing it. Now, Clem's just showed you a normal drop-off back wheel, to land back wheel. Even if you land that flat, two wheels together, it will hurt. Now, the next one I'm going to show you is a side hop drop-in. And this is basically when I put the back wheel out into mid-air, and then let the front brake off, pull the handlebars, and come down, back wheel down there. And this was a brilliant trick until a friend of mine chipped his elbow when he left the front wheel up here. The back wheel hit the floor, and the next thing that hit the floor was his head and his elbow. So you always got to remember, take the front wheel with you, because it hurts otherwise. But this should land back wheel and stay back wheel. So the back wheel, mid-air, there it goes, down in one piece, and down to the back wheel. The Clem, making his way back up the tower. There you go, back wheel, and I think he will stay back wheel. There it goes. And watch what he's going to do now. He's going to drop this in a unique way, and I've only seen him do this a couple of times, and most of them have been in rehearsals, not in show format, because he's got a very unique way of doing this. And it scared me for death when I first see it, because it's something that's not in my bag of tricks. I do it totally different to this. So when he's ready, he's going to line himself up and do something very tricky. Oh yeah! You can't believe what it takes to throw yourself from the back wheel.